Okay, this is chapters 81 through 85 of 14 Ways to Die. 81. He carved the number 14 into her chest. The news leaks online, and by the end of the day, it's everywhere. My notifications intensify, and my face is all over the news because of the show. I've learned to avoid the comment sections. Danny texts asking if I'm okay, and I type at least 20 different replies before settling on one. Not Bailey. Hannah and Emily come over, and although I don't want to leave the house, they won't take no for an answer. Outside, Sarah has been joined by an army of professional shouters and expert elbow shovers, all of them desperate for a comment from the girl who woke up a nightmare. Emily's mom is waiting in the car, and she smiles at me in the mirror but doesn't speak. They planned this, and I'm grateful for my friends. We drive to Harmony, and Hannah bangs on the window of the ice cream parlor until her dad waves his arms from inside. "I'm coming," he yells. Then almost in a whisper he says, "Hello, Jessica." I'm not used to him being quiet, but sympathy changes people. We sit by the window, and Hannah's mom brings us 3 giant hot chocolates, rubbing my shoulder as she leaves. My 2 best friends smile at me, and I can't smile back. When I try, it cracks at the edges and makes me want to cry. He usually kills every 9 months, but not this time. Is it my fault that he has struck early? Is he rattled or happy to play the game? Hannah picks up my phone and says, "This is a weapon of mass destruction. You'll make yourself paranoid reading all the hate on here." Is it really that bad? Hannah exchanges a look with Emily. "Yes, Jess, it is fucking terrible. They're saying it's your fault." "I didn't want him to kill again," I whisper. I wanted the whole world to remember how dangerous he is, to be watching for the slightest cue from the people they love or the people they have always suspected. I wanted my story to be everywhere you looked, but I didn't want this. The world can change its mind in an instant. They can feel sorry for you one minute and hate you the next. He killed him, not me. But I called him pathetic. I called him weak. I called him out, and he responded as only he could. "I wanted justice," I whisper, and Hannah squeezes my hand and then snaps a look with Emily that I can't interpret. "What?" I ask. When they look confused, I say, "Do you think this is my fault?" Together, too quickly, they say, "No," and "Of course not," and I desperately hope they're not lying. I couldn't blame them. I tried so hard to get Mom back into the headlines. I got the full 3 months, but am I any closer to catching him? All I have is a mess of possible clues that are probably nothing, and if he has killed again because of me, that's terrifying. Whatever they're saying in the comments, they are right to point the finger at me. I think about the family of the latest woman to die. Her name has been released now, Lorena Banks, 28, from Cheswick. She was a lawyer with a 2-year-old son and a fiancé. Those are the details that matter in a story like this, just as my mom was a wife with a 7-year-old daughter when she died. My phone rings and Emily says, "Don't answer that," or say no comment. But when I look at the caller ID, I smile and click green. 82. "How are you, darling?" Nan asks. "It's not about me," I say. "It's happened again. Another family's broken because of that asshole." It's not how I expected to reply, but I'm angry, and Nan understands that anger in a way that Emily and Hannah never will. Maybe I should stop. I don't want anyone else getting hurt. I wanted justice for 13 families, not heartbreak for another. "He would have killed again, Jessica. You're not to blame." Nan's voice is quiet down the phone, and I hate myself for doing this to her. I feel sick, my head and my heart pounding, the image of Lorena Banks' smiling face replacing Bernie's body in my mind. It's on the front page of every newspaper, at the beginning of every television report, a photo taken at a better time, one she never imagined would be the one she was remembered for. Mom's newspaper photo was taken on her wedding day. Her eyes are sparkling, watching something or someone unseen, her smile wide, her veil caught on the wind. That is the image printed in the newspaper report still haunting me. Nan chose it, and I wonder who chose Lorena's. I wonder if her fiancé will be as broken as Dad is, or if one day he'll move on. I wonder what her 2-year-old will become. And that is when I realize I can't stop, because when that boy is my age, I want him to know his mother's murderer was caught, not still out there somewhere. "I think I'm losing it," I whisper. "Stay strong, darling," Nan says. "We're in this together." 83. I almost don't call, but what choice do I have? When the policewoman, Lorena, answers her phone, I say, "I have some clues." "Okay." There was a comment on one of my videos. It said, "Wrong perfume." I realize how stupid this sounds, but I'm scared I should have told the police sooner. I'm not sure I understand Jessica. He knows what perfume my mother wore. I think he's watching me. Or maybe it was a lucky guess. There's more, I say. I've been getting these articles, newspaper clippings. I've had 2 now. I think they're from someone at school. I hear Lorena sigh down the phone and hate her for not taking me seriously. It's connected, I say. I don't know how, but I think it can help catch him. We appreciate what you're trying to do, she says, but I'm sure you've seen the news. Everyone is working 24/7 to find him. Are you? Lorena doesn't reply right away, and when she does, she ignores my question and says, the text, the articles, this comment, it was all to be expected. There are some cruel people out there. There are, except some are a lot crueler than others. 84. Another Monday morning, just me and Danny in my bedroom, me slowly opening my eyes and watching, and him with a serious look on his face. I thought about doing another piece directly to the camera, reaching out to the family of Lorna Banks and apologizing for their loss, but Danny advised me not to. He said that after some of the online comments I should avoid the word sorry in case it looked like I was taking the blame. I know Nan was right. The Magpie Man would have killed again with or without me, but right now it's hard to separate that, especially when I know he's watching. The day passes quietly, nothing new, nothing exciting. Without Michael standing outside my window, my life is pretty boring, at least for an audience, and I understand why he did it. He wanted to make the best possible show. He wanted to make something everyone talks about the next day. I wanted that too. We just went about it in different ways. The news has an update on Lorna Banks. A reporter standing in the rain says police now believe she was killed by a serial killer known as the Magpie Man. My mom's picture flashes on the screen, then other people's moms and wives and sisters. I feel the camera in the corner of the living room close in on me as the reporter gives details of their deaths. Then it turns to Dad, who doesn't react when he sees his dead wife's photograph. Every night since they found Lorena Banks' body, I put the news on at 6 o'clock. Today I rushed Danny out of the house so I wouldn't miss it. Dad doesn't complain. He waits until I'm done, then changes the channel. Computer parts sit untouched in the dining room. On the dining table. One broken thing refusing to fix another. Oh, that hurts. That's poetic, though. He has shrunk farther into himself since the latest murder. He only talks when he has to, and his words come out small and cracked. We avoid saying the obvious. Dad may have named him, but he won't say that name anymore. I'm desperate for a clue, but he has left nothing behind. No DNA, no security camera footage, no witnesses, no hope. 85. At exactly 10 p.m., I unlock the front door and leave. Cameras fastened to my head and waist. Dad is left for work, so there's no one to talk me out of it. I think back to the night I almost chased Michael into the alley, how it felt to stand on the edge of something terrible. What I'm about to do should get me more front pages and more coverage, but it's more than that because I know he's watching. He commented on the perfume and he killed 2 months early, so what if I'm getting to him after all? And what if I can use myself as bait? Oh no! Lorna Banks didn't deserve to die. If he comes for anyone else, it should be me. Ah! When I walk past Jamie's house, he runs out and shouts, Jess, what are you doing? Like always, he is watching. I wish tonight he had other things to do. Don't worry, I say. Go back inside and watch. Why? Just go home. I'm fine. I need to do this. When he keeps walking, I say, stop trying to save me. I don't need saving. Jamie looks genuinely upset and says, I'm only trying to help. Then go and watch me like everyone else. Let me entertain you. I don't mean to sound like a bitch, or maybe I do. Either way, I want him gone because I'm running out of ways to make a difference. He shakes his head, opens his mouth to say something, then walks away. I feel sick. The adrenaline that got me out of the house replaced with the dread I can't shake. But I need to do this.